Hello everybody. Children, today we will be studying Moral Science Class 8. We'll be doing the chapter Weakness or Strength. In this chapter, we will deal with our weaknesses and our strength. We will learn that we need to identify what is our weakness, and then we have to turn that weakness into our strength, because every weakness has some inherent strength in it. This concept that every weakness has a strength in it is very properly explained in this chapter using an example. Sometimes one's weaknesses can become one's biggest strength. We'll study about a boy who met with an accident and lost his left arm. We'll now study how he used that disadvantage while playing judo and became a champion. After meeting with an accident, he lost his left arm, but he wanted to learn judo. So he joined a Japanese judo master. He was doing quite well, but the master kept on training him with only one move. The boy was doing well, but he could not understand why after 3 months of training, the master had taught him only one move. So he asked his master, "Master, shouldn't I be learning more moves?" Then the master replied, "This is the only move you need to know. If you learn this move properly, you can master the entire game." He could not understand what his teacher was saying, but then he had total faith in his teacher, and so he kept training himself with that single move. After some months, the boy was taken by his master for his first tournament. The first 2 matches were very easily won by him. He did not face any hurdle. The third match was a little difficult, but he was patient. His opponent was impatient and started charging him. The moment the opponent did that, the boy used the move which his judo teacher had taught him and defeated that boy also. And he won and participated in he was sent for the finals. Now, since it was the final match, it was a bit more difficult. The opponent was bigger, stronger, more experienced. Okay. People felt that the boy was too small and the opponent was a bigger and a stronger one. That means they were not matched properly. He was too small a competitor for that stronger opponent. So the referee, before even afraid that the boy might get hurt, the referee called a timeout. That means he wanted to stop the game. But then the master who was teaching him judo, he interfered in between and said, "Let him continue." He had full faith that his student will do it. The match continued and the opponent made a mistake. He dropped his guard. They use their hands to protect themselves from the opponent. The opponent dropped his guard. The boy took an advantage of that situation and threw him down. The boy won the match and he became the champion. Look at this diagram. He threw the opponent down and became the champion. When they were returning back home, the boy asked his master, "Sir, how did I win the tournament with that single move? I knew only one move of judo. How could I win the match using that move then?" The master said, "You won for 2 reasons. First, you have mastered one of the most difficult moves in judo. You have learnt the most difficult and the most important step in judo. And the second thing is, you have used your disadvantage. What was his disadvantage? His disadvantage was he had lost his left arm. Okay. He had used his disadvantage. He has made his disadvantage as an advantage. How? The move he used had to be defended by the opponent, and the defense was to grab his left arm. The opponent, if he wanted to attack the boy in return, had to grab his left arm. The boy did not have his left arm, so the opponent could not catch hold of everything. Hence, look how carefully the master taught the boy to use his weakness. Not having the left arm was his weakness. He used a move in which the defense was using the left arm. Since the left arm was missing, the opponent had nothing to fight back. Hence, the boy won the match. Now let's move on to the question answer. Okay, before that, let's do the thought of the day. There's nothing weaker than water, because water takes every shape. Wherever you put it, water takes that shape. Hence, water is considered to be the weakest thing. But with determination, even water can wash away very hard rocks. That's what we are supposed to be doing. How weak we are, however weak we may be, we have to use our weakness for our advantage. Now let's go through the question answers. The first question, how did the boy lose his arm? The boy lost his arm in a car accident. Second one, why was the boy puzzled after 3 months of training? The boy was puzzled after 3 months of training because the master had taught him only one move. Question number 3, how many moves did he learn during the training? He learnt only one move during the training. Question number 4, how did the boy reach the final? The boy could easily win the first 2 matches, but the third match was difficult. During the match, the opponent became impatient and charged, and the boy took advantage of the situation. He used his move to win the match. Thus, the boy reached the final. Question number 5. Why did the boy's opponent fail to beat him in the final? The boy's opponent failed to beat him in the final because of a critical mistake. The moment he dropped his guard, the boy used his move and threw him down. Sixth one, explain in your own words how one's biggest strength can become one's biggest weakness can become one's biggest strength. One's biggest weakness can become one's biggest strength with a positive thinking and attitude. Firstly, one needs to recognize and accept his weakness. Every weakness contains within itself a strength. The boy in the story learnt a move for which the defense was the left arm. Since his left arm was missing, the opponent had nothing to grab. What are the qualities the boy had? The qualities the boy had are obedience, courage, and patience. I would now like all of you to note down the question answers and send it in the group when we have a class. Thank you, children.